Hello students, we are back here to continue with our studies of squares and square roots. In the previous session, we had seen the example of how to find square root by prime factorization method, and with that we had seen with the conclusion that if a particular value is not a perfect square, by what value we should multiply to make it a perfect square, or by what value we should divide to make it a perfect square. Continuing further, example 4, find square root of 6400. Find square root of 6400. Here you can see the prime factorization of 6400. First by 2 we are dividing, then by 5 we are dividing. Now we will count how many times 2 is present and how many times 5 is present. Let us count it. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 5 2 times. Here we can do one more thing. Once again we can write 5 here, 5 ones are 5, or in this way also, as it was previously present, we can consider in that way also. Here you can see 2 times 5 means 1 pair, and 2 8 times means 4 pairs. Here it is written in the solution 6400 is equals to 4 pairs of 2 and 1 pair of 5. Considering one value from each pair, we get 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 means 4 times 2 into 5. It becomes 80. Means what? Square root of 6400 or 6400 is equals to 80. Next example, is 90 a perfect square? Here you can see the prime factorization of 90. First we are dividing by 2, 2 4s are 8, 1 remaining. Next value here becomes 10, 2 5s are 10, so it is 45. Further by 3, 3 1s are 3, 1 is remaining, it is becoming 15, 3 5s are 15, means 3 15s are. Further 3 5s are 15, and further what can be done? 5 1s are 5. That is the same thing. Whatever we can do it, or we don't, we have to consider 5. So what are the prime factors that we have got here? 2 into 3 into 3 into 5. Here 3 is in a pair, 2 and 5 are not occurring in the pair. What it is? 2 and 5 are not in a pair, whereas 3 is in a pair. The prime factors 2 and 5 do not occur in pairs. Therefore, 90 is not a perfect square. Therefore, what happened? 90 is not a perfect square. Okay. Then what happened further? 90 is not a perfect square can also be seen from the fact that it has only one 0. Yes, we had studied that also. We had studied by the number of zeros that are present at the end of a value, that whether it is a perfect square or not. Recall that, remember that. On that basis also we can understand. Next, example 6. Is 2352 a perfect square? If not, find the smallest multiple of 2352, which is a perfect square. Find the square root of the new number. Find the square root of the new number. Now we shall see first the prime factorization of 2352. 2 ones are 2. Again 2 ones are 2, 1 is remaining, the next value is becoming 15. 2 sevens are 14, 1 is remaining, the next value is becoming 12. 2 sixes are 12. Again we can divide by 2 because the number is ending with an even number, with an even digit. So 2 fives are 10, 1 carried further, 2 eights are 16, 1 carried further, 2 8s are 16. Again 2 2s are 4, 1 carried further, 2 9s are 18, 2 4s are 8. Again by 2, 2 1s are 2, 2 4s are 8, 2 7s are 14. 3 4s are 12. Now, for your kind information, how to guess that whether we can divide a particular number by 3? I hope you are remembering the divisibility criteria of 3, that add all the digits. 7 plus 4 11, 11 plus 1 12. We have added all the digits, and after adding all the digits, whatever the sum we are getting, if it is a multiple of 3, we can divide that particular value by 3. This is the divisibility criteria to check a value whether it is divisible by 3 or not. 7 plus 4 11, 11 plus 1 12, 12 is a multiple of 3, 12 is coming in 3's table, hence I can divide 147 by 3. So, 3 4s are 12, remaining 2, it is carried further, 3 9s are 27, 49. 7 7s are 49 and 7 1s are 7. Okay. Now, how many times the factors are occurring? 2 is occurring 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times means 2 pairs. 3 only once, not forming a pair. 7 2 times, it is forming a pair. Here you can see we have 2352 is equals to 4 times 2 into 3 into 7 into 7. As the prime factor 3 has no pair, 2352 is not a perfect square. If 3 gets a pair, then the number will become a perfect square. What is said in the question? Is 2352 a perfect square? If not, find the smallest multiple of 2352, which is a perfect square, and find the square root of the new number. Now, we have to find a smallest multiple as per the instruction given in the question. So, as the prime factor 3 has no pair, 2352 is not a perfect square. If what further? If 3 gets a pair, then the number will become a perfect square. Then the number will become a perfect square. So, we multiply 2352 by 3 to get what it is. 4 times 2 is present here, means in groups, 2 pairs, 3 into 3 into 7 into 7. Now, each prime factor is in a pair, therefore, 2352 into 3 is equals to 7056 is a perfect square. Thus, the smallest multiple of 2352 is 7056, which is a perfect square, and the square root of, it has been also asked to us, find the square root of the new number. The new number is 7056 and the square root of 7056 is 84. Each value we have taken once from the pair 2 into 2 into 3 into 7. It goes to 84. Therefore, 84 square is 7056, or square root of 7056 is equals to 84. Proceeding further, example 7. Find the smallest number by which 9408 must be divided so that the quotient is a perfect square. Find the square root of the quotient. What is the question? Find the smallest number by which 9408 must be divided so that the quotient is a perfect square. Find the square root of the quotient means what is the thing that has been explained to us, that 9408 is not a perfect square. So, we cannot find the square root of it. Then by what value we must divide it so that the quotient that we are getting, it will be a perfect square. Let us see what the example says further. Here, what has been done? The factors of 9408 have been calculated. In the factors you can see that 2 is in a pair, 3 is not in a pair, 7 is in a pair. Means what? Now what should be done? If we divide 9408 by the factor 3, then 9408 divided by 3, the quotient is 3136, which is equal to, the prime factors are 2 3 times in a pair and 7 1 time in a pair, which is a perfect square. Why? Because we can understand here, you can see the groups, you can see the pairs. Hence, all the factors are in a pair, hence it is a perfect square. Therefore, the required smallest number is 3, and square root of 3136 is equals to 2 into 2 into 2 into 7 is equals to 56, is equals to 56. Proceeding further, example 8. Find the smallest square number which is divisible by each of the numbers 6, 9 and 15. What it is? Find the smallest square number which is divisible by each of the numbers 6, 9 and 15. What is explained to us in the solution? This has to be done in 2 steps. First, find the smallest common multiple and then find the square number needed. First, find the smallest common multiple and then find the square number needed. The least number divisible by each one of 6, 9 and 15 is their LCM. Is their LCM. What they are saying, the least number divisible by each of the least number divisible by each one of 6, 9 and 15 is their LCM. We have to find out the LCM of 6, 9 and 15. Here you can see the LCM of 6, 9 and 15. 2 3s are 6, 9 we cannot divide by 2 and 15 we cannot. Further, 3 1s are 3, 3 3s are 9, 3 5s are 15. Now, 3 again we are going to take 3, 3 1s are 3, 5 as it is, we cannot do anything to 5 when we are dividing by 3. Now 5 1s are 5. What is the LCM? Multiplication of all these. 2 into 3 into 3 into 5. It is how much? It is 90. It is how much? It is 90. So, what is 90? 90 is nothing but LCM of 9. What is it is? LCM of 6, 9 and 15 is 90. Prime factorization of 90 is 90 is equals to 2 into 3 into 3 into 5. We see that prime factors 2 and 5 are not in pairs. Therefore, 90 is not a perfect square. What happened? 2 and 5 are not in pairs. Therefore, 90 is not a perfect square. Now, what further? In the question it is given, find the smallest number by which is divisible by each of the numbers. So, in order to get a perfect square, each factor of 90 must be paired. So, we need to make pairs of who? 2 and 5. Therefore, 90 should be multiplied by 2 into 5, that is 10. That is 10. Hence, the required square number is 90 into 10 is nothing but 900. So, 900 is the smallest square number which is divisible by each of the numbers 6, 9 and 15. I hope you are understanding it. What has been done here? First, we are calculating the LCM of 6, 9 and 15, and after calculating the LCM, we are doing the prime factorization. We are finding the prime factors of that particular value, that is of 90, and there we understood that in the prime factors of 90, 2 and 5 are not in pairs. So, we are multiplying it by 2 and 5 to make it in pairs, all the factors. It is by 10, it becomes 900. It is the perfect square, it is the required square. It is the required square. And what is that? 900 is the smallest square number. Our answer is which is divisible by each of the numbers 6, 9 and 15. Proceeding further, here is exercise 6.3. What is the first question? What could be the possible ones digits of the square root of each of the following numbers? What they are saying, please understand. What could be the possible ones digit of the square root of each of the following numbers? Now, what can be done here? See the digit in ones place, it is 1. Take the first sum, we are considering the first sum. So, what value if we square? What value if we square? We are getting 1 in ones digit. Let us go behind to whatever we have studied, whatever is been explained to us. Here you can see. Here 1 square is 1 and 9 square is 81, that is 1 is in which place? Ones place, in units place. So, what can be the values? 1 square or 9 square. Let us come here. What the question says? What could be the possible ones digit? What could be the possible ones digits of the square root of each of the following numbers. Now, regarding 1, just now only we saw, it is what? What can be the possible digits? 1 or 9. Because if 1 or 9 is present, then the possible ones digit of the square root is what? 1. Similarly, second one, 99,856, we are going to consider what here? 6. Now, whose square is 6? It is 4 square is 16 or 6 square is 36. So, what is the possible ones digit of the square root? It can be 4 or 6. As we have seen 1 or 9, the possible ones digit in the square root. Similarly, here 4 or 6. Now, see here, it is 1. Okay. Again 1 or 9, as we had seen in the first sum. Now, here in this value 5 is in ones place. Now, what is the possibility of getting 5 in ones place? Let us refer to the same table that we had seen just now. Here you can see 5 square 25, or square root of 25 is 5, means 5 is in ones place, whatever we have seen here. If 1 is in ones place, we had seen for that, or 1 is in ones place. Here 9 was the 1 or 9 was the possible digit, where when 1 is present in ones place. And for 6 we had seen, if 6 is present in ones place, what is the possibility? 4 or 6 will be present in the square roots ones digit. I think you are understanding it. Similarly, for 5 is, if 5 is in the square roots ones place, what can be the possible digit? It is only 5 that can happen, because nowhere else you can see 5 in the ones place. So, the answer here, whatever we are solving, students, it is very simple, that referring to whatever been explained to us, on that basis we are solving. Nothing new is given to us, none of the things are new, that where we do not have the explanation for that. So, what is the answer here? The answer here is 5, no other digit is possible. Proceeding further, without doing any calculation, find the numbers which are surely not perfect squares. Without doing any calculation, find the numbers which are surely not perfect squares. We are not going to do any calculation and find the numbers which are surely not perfect squares. Now, do you remember that what we had studied in the previous part of this chapter? That in the ones place, if 2, 3, 7, 8 is present, do you remember that it was explained to us that in the ones place of a number, if 2, 3, 7, 8 is present, they are not perfect squares. Let us cross verify it. Let us cross verify. Here only you can understand it. 1 square 1, 2 square 4, 3 square 9, 4 square 16. Here 6 is in ones place. 5 square 25, 6 square 36, 7 square 49, 8 square 64, 9 square 81, 10 square 100. Please understand, we had studied this concept, it was explained to us. Now, if anywhere you can see 2, 3, 7, 8 in ones place, and regarding zeros, the number of zeros should be even. The number of zeros at the end should be even. If you don't have if you have 2, 3, 7, 8 or number of zeros at the end odd, they are not perfect squares. They are not perfect squares. And let us see here what exactly the things are. Here you can see this is, without doing any calculation, find the numbers which are not perfectly sure square, which are surely not perfect squares. 3 is present here, not a perfect square. 7 is present here, not a perfect square. 8 is present in ones place, not a perfect square, and this is a perfect square. Why? What is the reason for that? The reason is simple. The reason is that if the number, this is the property that has been explained to us, we have studied in the previous part of this chapter. If the number ends with 2, 3, 7 or 8, it is not a perfect square. It is not a perfect square. I hope the things are clear. We have studied this in the previous part of this chapter. Let us proceed to the next question. Find the square roots of 100 and 169 by the method of repeated subtraction. What they are saying? Find the square roots of 100 and 169 by the method of repeated subtraction. Okay, let us switch to the page where we can solve it. Now, we will write the odd numbers first, consecutive odd numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21. Okay. Now we have to find what it has been asked to us. Find the square roots of 100 and 169. We shall take first 100. In how many steps? We have to see in how many steps 100 becomes 0 after subtraction. It is 99. Second step, 99 minus 3. What we are taking? Purposely I have written the odd numbers present. Why? Because very easily we can understand what we are doing. 99 minus 3, it is 96. Next step, 96 minus 5, the next consecutive odd number, it is 91. Next step, 91 minus 7. 91 minus 7, it is 84. 84 minus 9, it is 75. Sixth step, 75 minus 11 is equals to 64. Next step, that is seventh one, 64 minus 13 is equals to 51. Next step, 51 minus 15 is equals to 36 minus 17 is 19 and 19 minus 19 is equals to 0. So, you can see here in how many steps we got 0 here, in 10 steps. Therefore, square root of 100 is equals to 10. This example was explained to us. This example, solved example was explained to us, and on that basis we have solved this sum. So, this session we shall conclude here. In the next session we shall continue further with the exercise with the next sums. Till that time, you people take care of yourselves and study properly. Thank you.